You know, this induction ceremony this year, it's really special. It underscores the diversity of rock and roll. To go from metal and hip hop all the way back to Elizabeth Cotten playing country blues and Dolly Parton.
Everyone up top here in the middle, watch it.
Did you ever imagine that you'd be at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as an inductee?
Well, I'll put it to you like this. When I started out, there were categories. I didn't like categories because it pigeonholed everybody. In other words, you'd walk over and hear the blues players, and they were called the blues guys. And then here's R&B, they were called the R&B guys. There's the country guys. Then there's these guys, rock and roll guys, heavy metal guys. And I kept thinking, okay, so what happens if you just play music? So the question is, if Mozart were Mozart and he was R&B, would he be Mozart? No, he'd be in a category. Follow me? So I came out of that. I said, okay, so R&B is not a color, it's a feeling. Music is a feeling. So I just started writing what I felt. And my answer to that is, yes, it's about time we got here.
What's going through your heads right now? Because this must be the reality of being here.
Well, I believe rock and roll was never a genre to be looked at like that. I think it was an attitude, it was the rebellious nature, it was the edgy nature that made people uncomfortable, which is why they called it rock and roll. And I think all music has some rock and roll in it. I think it's the birth and the bed of all of music. So if you get out of the mindset of calling it a genre, then everybody's included in rock and roll.
Well, you know, this push is going to be interesting. It's going to be profound, and it's going to be heavily criticized. And if the push continues for the next 3 years, it'll be heavily criticized even more. But it'll be even more important because these swings towards equality and equitability, these things they look lopsided at first because there has to be a certain amount of intention. You know, somebody has to get really strong and make a decision to do this. And so for a little while, it's going to look like this. It's going to look like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is intentionally inducting women, and that's exactly what needs to happen until we level the playing field. So it's wonderful to watch them take this step down the road in the direction that they're going in, and I'm just going to pray it continues.
It's hard, you know. I mean, I've been in this business for doing my own music for about 32 years, and 33 years actually. And I feel like women just have to fight more. They have to like claw their way in to the club, you know. And I've never really understood why that is, you know. It's overdue, you know, and we're still playing catch up. There's so many things in the world of music and arts in general, we're playing catch up. So, but we're getting there, you know. As soon as Diana Ross gets in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I'll be a little happier.